Welcome to yet another episode of A Story for Your Query. October 15th, 2021 is Dussehra, also referred to as Vijayadashmi. On this day, it became clear to me that although I come from a state to the south of Vindhyas, my children do not know much about how this festival is observed there. So here I am on Vijayadashmi day talking about Dussehra. Dussehra marks the victory of Rama over Ravana in the famous Hindu epic Ramayana. In the Ramayana, Ravana kidnaps Rama's wife Sita to claim vengeance on Rama and his brother Lakshmana for having cut off the nose of his sister Shurpanakha. In the end, Rama wins the battle, rescues Sita. Thereafter, the victory is celebrated by burning the effigies of Ravana, Kumbhakarna and Meghanath. While the festival is celebrated in different forms in different parts of India, the celebration of Dussehra in the city of Mysore in Karnataka is royal and majestic. The entire city gets decked for 10 days celebration of Dussehra, which is popularly known as Nada Habba in Mysore. There are several events worth watching during Dussehra at Mysore. During the reign of Krishnaraja Wadayar III in the year 1805, the king started the tradition of having a special darbar in the Mysore palace during Dussehra. It was attended by the members of the royal family, special invitees, officials, and also the masses. After the death of Shrikanta Wadiyar in December 2013, this tradition has been discontinued and it is the Pattada Katti, the royal sword, which is put on the golden throne. The 9th day of Dussehra, which is called the Mahanavami, is the auspicious day on which the royal sword is worshipped and is taken on a procession involving elephants and horses. The Mysore Palace, which is lighted daily with nearly 100,000 light bulbs from 7 pm to 10 pm on all the days of the festival. Various cultural and religious programs highlighting dance, music and culture of the state of Karnataka are performed in front of the illuminated palace. On Vijayadashami, the traditional Dussehra procession known as Jumbo Savari is held on the streets of Mysore city. The main attraction of this procession is the idol of goddess Chamundeshwari, which is placed on the golden mantapa. This mantapa weighs about 750 kilograms of gold, and it is placed on top of decorated elephant. The idol is also worshipped by the royal couple and the other invitees before it is taken around the procession. Colorful tableau, dance groups, music bands, decorated elephants, horses and camels form a part of the procession, which starts from the Mysore Palace and culminates at a place called Banni Mantap, where the Banni tree is worshipped. According to the legend in Mahabharata, Banni tree was used by the Pandavas to hide their weapons during their 1-year period of Ajñatavasa, which is living life incognito. Before undertaking any warfare, the kings traditionally worshipped this tree to help them emerge victorious in the war. The Dussehra festivities would culminate on the night of Vijayadashami with the torchlight parade on the grounds of Banni Mantap. Another interesting and unique feature is the doll festival. Legend has it that goddess Durga waged a war against the demon Mahishasura. In order to help her, all the gods and goddesses gave her all the powers, and now they had become powerless and they stood as statues. To pay respect to the self-sacrifice of these deities, the doll festival is observed by worshipping the gods and goddesses in the form of dolls. The custom is believed to be prevalent since the existence of Vijayanagar kingdom, 15th century. Bombay Habba or Golu or Kolu or Bommala Koluvu in Telugu or Bommai Kolu in Tamil or simply Dussehra dolls is celebrated by families across Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. The dolls are arranged and exhibited on a stepped platform having an odd number of steps or tiers, usually 7, 9, or 11 and is covered with a white or a light colored cloth. Many households use 9 steps for the exhibition of dolls to signify the 9 nights of Navaratri. The dolls are ritually worshipped during celebrations. The main dolls of the festivals are a pair depicting a husband and a wife. They are referred to as Pattad Gombe or Pattat Bommaikal. This set of main dolls is handed over to the daughter by her parents during her marriage ceremony. They are presented to the new bride to start her own family and continue with the tradition of the festival. The Pattad Gombe pair is a set of traditional dolls made from wood. These dolls are dressed colorfully using paper or silk textiles. The main pair of dolls is always dressed in the traditional style. Every home selects an auspicious time to begin the doll festival. The dolls are arranged as per a specific order on the tiers or steps. The hierarchy starts from the gods being placed at the top tiers and ends with the mortals of earth placed at the lower tiers of the platform. Steps 1 to 3. The 3 steps are dedicated to figurines or idols of gods and goddesses. Different idols of various gods and goddesses are placed on these steps. Steps 4 to 6. These are used to arrange dolls depicting demigods, great saints, or kings and queens. Due importance is given to the Mysore kings during the festival, and their miniature forms are generally seen placed on these steps. Step 7. This is devoted to showcasing of Hindu festivals, celebrations, and occasions. Step 8 is decorated with scenes from everyday life, such as a park, a shop, a vegetable vendor, etc. Step 9 usually depicts the evolution of mankind or living things. Most households follow a theme for the arrangement of dolls. Some households follow a simple and traditional theme, while some follow elaborate and extravagant ways of presenting their dolls. Some people depict stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata on the rows of the platform. These days, people also exhibit the dolls with modern themes like saving the environment, reducing the pollution, etc. Every year, people add a new set of dolls to their collection. As such, the collection increases every year in each household. The dolls are passed on from one generation to the next. So there are families which have dolls that are more than 100 years old. The term Dussehra is derived from 2 Sanskrit words, Dasha, that means 10, which could be representing Ravana, and Hara means defeat or overthrow. Ayuda Puja is the day we honor and express gratitude for all the instruments that add meaning to our life. It takes into consideration even small things like pins and knives, scissors and spanners, as well as large devices such as computers, machinery, cars and buses. In olden times, weapons were used in the war were worshipped as they were the means to defeating enemies. For instance, in Karnataka, celebrations on Ayuda Puja commemorate the slaying of the demon king Mahishasura by the goddess Chamundeshwari, an incarnation of Parvati Devi. How is this Dussehra relevant to an ordinary individual at all? Ravana, the king of Lanka, was a devout follower of Lord Shiva. He was highly intelligent and an arrogant demon king. He had 10 heads, which signifies thorough knowledge over the 4 Vedas and 6 Upanishads, which made him as powerful as the 10 scholars. Another interpretation, each head of Ravana highlights a distinct quality that symbolizes lust, fear, attachment, ego, greed, insensibility, pride, hate, anger, and envy. One doesn't know whether Ravana had 10 heads or he had the knowledge equivalent to 10 heads. Ravana personifies worldly personality who runs after materialistic things and has a lust for power. On the other hand, Rama, the king of Ayodhya, was called the Maryada Purushottam, literally the perfect man or lord of self-control or lord of virtue. Rama personifies the spiritual personality, represents love, peace and bliss. How do we build values during using this festival? The main message is that it gives victory over good, it gives victory of good over evil and success of truth over lies. The core values of Ramayana are that the epic of Ramayana reminds us of our duty towards the world, society, and family, and defines the relationship of human beings with each other and with Mother Earth, nature, birds, and animals. Sita came out of the earth. Sampati the bird helped Ram. The monkeys helped in building the bridge to Lanka and formed the army. Finally, a story of rural service to the construction of the bridge. Lord Rama and his army of monkeys were preparing for war with Ravana. A bridge was being built over the sea. The monkeys pulled out rocks and heavy stones from the mountains, carried them to the sea, and began to build the bridge. One little squirrel was going up and down the seashore with little pebbles in his mouth. He carried the pebbles from the seashore, dropped them into the sea, rolled over, sprinkled the sand, and continued to do this. A great monkey, which was carrying a large heavy stone on his back, saw this and laughed aloud. The little squirrel looked up and said, "I am helping Lord Rama build the bridge." "You what?" shouted the monkey, and he laughed aloud. "Did you hear that?" he said to the other monkeys. "The squirrel is building a bridge with his pebbles. Oh dear, dear, I've never heard a funnier story." And the other monkeys laughed too. Ram saw this. He held the squirrel close to him. He said to the monkeys, "Do not make fun of the weak and the small. The tiny pebbles and stones brought by this small squirrel are filling the small gaps left between the huge stones carried by you." Ram then ran his fingers over the back of the squirrel, and those are the stripes that you see on the back of the squirrel. The Indian palm squirrel is found naturally in India and Sri Lanka. Sensitivity makes the individual give credit even to the smallest contribution of the organization. There could have been no better story than this to teach sensitivity to the people. With this, we come to the end of the podcast. If you have any questions, send them over to me on yourquerymystory@gmail.com. See you next week. Stay safe. Till then, thank you.